Welcome to Noxus Death Update League of Legends. Тук предполагам трябва да покажат... Ще говорят за новите неща през сезона. Това са доста маски. Noxus Season 1.
Hey everyone, I'm Paul, aka Pabro.
And I'm Andre, also known as Medler. And welcome back to another year of League.
As we talked about last November, we'll have 3 uniquely themed seasons each year that will immerse you in moments and journeys throughout Runeterra and our alternate universes. And for our first season, we're heading to my personal favorite region. Welcome to Noxus.
Now tomorrow when you log on to Summoner's Rift, it'll look a bit different. As a brief recap from our last dev update, here's a refresher on what's changed. Noxus has invaded the Rift with new art, music, structures, and a new objective, Artican, the bringer of ruin.
Artican will spawn on either side of the map at 20 minutes in 2 unique forms with some permanent terrain changes, and he'll give a buff to whichever team kills him. There are new runes, items, changes to teleport, and a new system called Feats of Strength that give you access to newer, more powerful boots.
Now, all of these changes go live tomorrow, so they'll be there for your ranked climb. Speaking of which, as a reminder this year, we're only going to have 1 ranked reset, which also happens tomorrow. Now, there are also some other changes to when you launch the game. We simplified the home screen, making it easier to track the season's progress, see what's new, and just generally decreased overall clutter.
This season will last 8 patches, split into 2 acts that will have their own battle pass with various act-themed rewards like skins, borders, and more.
Ще има 2 акта този сезон. Не са последния ранкед ден, да.
In and out of game. For example, that means things you saw in yesterday's cinematic will be coming to League. If you haven't watched the cinematic, we recommend doing so before watching the rest of this video. Spoilers ahead.
Okay, without further ado, let's get into the first thing you saw yesterday that'll be coming to League this season. Mal Madada. Yesterday we saw Mal continue her journey after Arcane and arrive on the shores of Noxus, where her ambition will be tested among the Great Houses. Mal will be arriving in-game next patch with a new Noxian appearance. We wanted to reflect her embracing her Noxian roots and heritage at this phase in her life.
And along with the new look, she'll also be bringing a new type of gameplay that we haven't had in League before. Projectile reflection. The game team and the Arcane teams work together to figure out how Mel's power should be shown in both game and show, with game inspiring show and vice versa. You'll see her full kit tomorrow, but we want to dive into one of her abilities, Rebuttal.
Now, this spell reflects projectiles back against their source. So if Yasuo, Braum, or Samira can block it, Mal can reflect it. Targeted spells like Veigar's ultimate will target their original cast.
Брат, тя направо може да ти отблъсне магията или ултимата съответно. С обикновена магийка, което е доста щупено, да, не се съмнявам.
Non-targeted abilities like Lux Binding or Nami Bubble are also shot back in their direction.
What the fuck?
Reflected spells will keep the behavior you'd expect when they were initially cast. If Annie has her passive up, a reflected disintegrate will stun. Or Nidalee's javelins will deal more damage.
Между сплитовете няма ти резка ранка инстабан. Never
Шепс. Can't wait for you to see her in game. Additionally, if you want to learn more about her family backstory in depth, make sure you check out the novel Mbessa, Chosen of the Wolf, when it releases in February. To celebrate the launch of the season of Noxus, Mel will be unlockable for free as one of the seasonal missions.
For now though, we're going to hand things over to some other folks from the League team. We'll share more about what you can expect as we journey through Noxus.
Брат, това игра ще бъстет инстабан, но преди да съм отворил лигата, разбираш? Направо страната с кафето го бамо.
Hey everyone, I'm Chad, aka McIver, and I'm the season's lead.
Това вдясно е на гъби.
And I'm Bryce, aka Riot Athelos, longtime Rioter and League's newish creative director. I started on this role about a year ago, but I've been at Riot and working with League for over 9. Over the years, one of the things that we've loved most about working on League is how much you love it. The world, the champions, the lore. And so do we. League has such a rich and vast world, but sometimes that richness lacks the depth you and we think it deserves. And this is why we decided to build on that storytelling as we head into our first season.
Yeah, we want seasons to unify League in a way that connects the in-game and out-of-game experiences. You've already seen a lot of the ways that Season 1 is going to help Noxus come to life in League with gameplay updates.
As the season goes on, there'll be more in-game thematic narrative expressions, like the Reckoning Pits of Noxus, making their way into Arena, as well as out-of-game ones like motion comics and minigames.
We were really excited by the reception to Spirit of Hearthhome last year. We loved giving you a unique introduction to Aurora. And we're going to continue experimenting with ways that bring our worlds to life and connect those in-game and out-of-game experiences. In Season 1, one of the ways that we'll do that is with a new genre of minigame that will debut in Act 2.
We also want to confirm something that you probably saw in yesterday's.
Акт 2 ще има някакъв нов минигейм? Иначе яко, че карта ще бъде различна, има някакви различни анимации, звуци и глупости, смисъл това дава много... Как да кажем? Обновява много самата игра, което е готино. Има някаква промяна. Рефрешва нещата.
One of our goals is to tie champions and champion updates to seasons, so we felt that a season focused on Noxus would be the perfect time to give LeBlanc a visual update. You'll see more of LeBlanc in her new look later this season. Lastly, we also want to talk about where seasons can take us. This year is primarily focused on Runeterra, but we're really excited about the possibilities that alternate universes bring to seasons.
Yeah, just imagine a world of bees. Just literally
Аз казвам, че това на гъби, брат.
Bees everywhere. You're a bee. I'm a bee. We're all bees working for Queen Bee Syndra.
You had me, you lost me, you brought it back. We'll think about that, but I think we should consider some other choices too.
Okay.
But anyway, our goal really is to deepen the connections to our champions.
Because
of that, we won't always be able to include every champion in every season. With the release of Mel, we'll have 170 champions. We'd rather have a stronger narrative for the season and do the champions justice, rather than be shallow across every single one that could fit.
We are really excited for you to experience what the team has built, and we can't wait to see what you think as we start on this journey.
Верно е продурствал с енергийни, да.
We'll hand things over to Cosmetics, who will share more about what you can expect.
Пребозил е тежко, момчета. Щом си мисли, че е пчела, не знам какво ти кажа. Така и трябва, всички сме пчели. Ясно. Гулчето и той е пребозил.
Hey everyone, I'm Steph, aka 100 Piece Nuggets, the cosmetics lead.
Той видял ми е малко съмнителен, но няма да кажа нищо повече по темата.
I'm Tom, aka Riot Hylia, an art director on cosmetics.
Today we have a bunch of skins related topics to cover, including this season's prestige list, exalted skins, and how our champion first philosophy will work for seasons.
So unsurprisingly, many of the skins this season are heavily focused on Noxus. The first set of those you'll see are the Mask of the Black Rose, which will be live tomorrow. Some of the champions getting those skins were in yesterday's cinematic, which is where the skin inspiration came from. Some of them weren't.
When choosing champions who weren't, we focused on champions who would attend a Black Rose Masquerade ball and make sense in that thematic. Because really, is Ezreal not going to a party with a lot of things to steal? And of course, Renata Glass would be rubbing elbows with Noxian Elite.
She's a businesswoman, she's got perfume to sell.
Exactly.
These are going to be our first Battle Pass reward skins. Elise will be earnable with the free pass, while Samira, Renata Glass, and Vladimir will be earnable with the paid version, with Katarina as the prestige capstone for the paid Act 1 Battle Pass. Oh, okay, we also want to share this season's upcoming prestige skins. Katarina and Darius will have earnable prestige skins through the Battle Passes, while Cassiopeia and Kiana will have prestiges available for Mythic Essence.
And speaking of prestige skins, last year we shared that we're going to be uncoupling prestige skins from a base skin.
Yeah, so pretty often we would find ourselves feeling limited because the base skin thematic and the high fashion prestige universe would sometimes feel like they were clashing. This sort of led to us feeling that some skins felt that we'd just thrown them into a lapel jacket and called it a day.
So we're working on a few different directions for the future of prestige skins and are looking forward to your feedback on where we take that. There's currently 3 options.
First, we could preserve Prestige as its own universe and thematic, but try to infuse just a little bit more of the base thematic into it. Like the upcoming Cassiopeia skin that will be on PvE tomorrow.
The second option would be the flip of that, so moving away from the Prestige universe and going harder on the thematic, but with just some more flair. An example of this is the upcoming Katarina skin, where she's wearing the bleeding edge of Noxian fashion, just like in the cinematic.
Finally, we could try to find a mix between the two based on what would best fit the champion and theme. We'd love to know which option you think would be best, and we're really looking forward to hearing your thoughts as we figure out where to take prestige skins in the future.
Okay, beyond prestige skins, we obviously have a lot more planned this season outside of that. To give you some variety, we'll have a mix of skins including returning thematics, like a fresh recipe for cafe cuties, and some completely new thematics.
These non-seasonally themed skins allow us to even further deliver with our champion-first philosophy.
Do you want to peek?
Yes, please.
Okay, so for April Fools this year, we wanted to pay off Shaco's mischievous nature and lean into his deep lore for his first legendary skin. It's cats.
It's cats?
It's cats.
It's cats.
Братва, шакуле! What the fuck?
It's cats?
What is this shaku, bro?
It's cats.
It's cats. So we know you're probably wondering, why is Shaco cats? And the answer is obvious.
What the
He's got boxes, and if it fits, he sits.
We had a ton of fun working on this skin, and some of our own junglers debuted as vocal
legs. Oh, look at that cat!
So enough cats, anyways. As we shared last year, even though we're only doing one ranked reset, we're still going to be doing 3 victorious skins across the 3 seasons. The victorious skins will remain their own thematic, regardless of the season they're tied to. Since they have their own thematic design, it's already really clear what a victorious skin is when you hear about it. It just didn't make sense for us to tie this to a specific season.
Да, няма барате Victorious skin, те
We
са
also
добре.
wanted to share who's going to be receiving an exalted skin this season. Coming up first is Radiant Serpent Set to celebrate the Year of the Snake. And while we don't want to spoil what the exact skin is for our second exalted skin of the season, we do want to share that it'll be Mordekaiser. For now, we'll leave you just with a little hint. He's going to be coming to the Rift in a way that Runeterra hasn't seen in like a bajillion years.
That's it for us today, so we'll hand things off to esports to talk a bit about their plans for the year.
Thanks so much for watching, and welcome to Noxus.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Greeley, head of Global League of Legends Esports.
And I'm Waylon Roselle, Chief Operating Officer of Esports. And welcome to the start of an
incredible season.
This year we've got plans to bring you even more unforgettable moments, from major updates in Split 1 to an expanded global event roadmap.
We have a lot to cover, so let's dive into what's in store for Lolly Sports this year and beyond.
One of the biggest changes we have coming this season is the full Fearless Draft in Split 1.
We want Fearless to bump up the competition to a new level by banning champions picked in previous games within a best-of series. This change will force teams to adapt and bring out their full champion pools.
That means if you see like a Renekton and a Cassante matchup in Game 1, you won't see it for the rest of the series. This will test teams' creativity, their adaptability, and shake up the meta across the board.
Демек ще им бамват героите, с които са играли вече. Тоест няма да могат да играят отново и отново с едни и същи герои. Huh? Imagine.
Not only will we see Fearless Draft in every region in Split 1, but it will also be utilized at our new international event.
The First Stand tournament will take place from March 10th to March 16th at Lal Park in Seoul, Korea. Our goal is for First Stand to be an unforgettable moment this year, with guaranteed best of matches between the top teams from Split 1, competing in matchups that showcase the very best of early season. And beyond just exciting games, the stakes are higher than ever. The winning team will also secure a second prize at MSI 2025, letting them advance directly to the bracket stage. We can't wait to see which team will rise to the challenge and make their mark as the inaugural champion of First Stand.
We have an explainer video out now that dives deeper into Fearless Draft and the First Stand tournament, so be sure to check it out if you want more details. First up, MSI 2025 is heading to Vancouver, Canada from June 27th to July 12th. This will be our first return to Canada for a live Lolly Sports event since 2017, and we can't wait to experience the Vancouver crowd's excitement in person.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Lolly Sports update without Worlds. This year, we're heading to some of China's most iconic cities. Play-ins and the Swiss stage will kick off in Beijing, followed by the quarterfinals and semifinals in Shanghai. Finally, the journey will culminate with the finals in Chengdu.
We'll share more details on specific venues soon, but we're excited to see the energy and passion from fans as we take Lolly Sports to these incredible cities.
And on the topic of bringing LOL esports to amazing places, we're excited to give you an early look at our 2026 and 2027 global event destinations.
In 2026, we'll be taking our events to some of my favorite places, starting with First Stand in Brazil. Brazilian fans bring amazing energy to live events, and we're excited to kick off the season in such a vibrant esports community once again.
It's gonna be awesome. Next, we'll head to Korea for MSI 2026. I think I speak for all of us when I say that we can't wait to go back to Korea for another esports tournament.
And finally, Worlds 2026 will return to North America. This is always a huge moment for us, and we're looking forward to bringing the thrill of Worlds back to our North American fans.
In 2027, we'll be taking First Stand to Southeast Asia. MSI will return to Europe, and Worlds will once again be hosted in Korea.
And with that, it's time to officially kick off the 2025 season. Whether you're tuning in to cheer on your favorite region or just keeping an eye on the competition, you won't want to miss a moment.
So that's a wrap on all things LOL esports. Thanks for joining us, and here's to an amazing season ahead.
Мерси, братко. Айде да почепиш. Айде да почепиш, утко. Само нас проху прилича, да, го чекам ти.
Next, modes. As we move into seasons, we want to make sure that there's always a variety of gameplay available. So, starting with the next patch, there will always be another game mode available to play in addition to Summoner's Rift and ARAM.
So all random Earth will be turning on next patch and will be available throughout Act 1 of the season. Then in Act 2, we'll have the Arena update. Speaking of which, Arena will be returning with a fresh coat of Noxian paint and a new Noxus map, themed after the Gladiator pits, with its own map-specific mechanic.
Additionally, on all Arena maps, we're also introducing a system called Guests of Honor, where you can vote on which famous Noxian you'd like to alter the rules of each game. Now that system mostly replaces cameos, which is pretty hit or miss.
Now, we'll also be adding new items and augments, as well as changes to maps like Koi Pond, based off some pretty clear feedback received during the last Arena run. We don't want to spoil everything now, so keep an eye out for details on the changes coming to Arena when it's closer to launch.
So, that's the start of Season 1. We're also still doing the usual gameplay updates and balance changes as we monitor how everything is landing. We're excited for the future of Seasons and what it means for League, and we'd love to hear what you think.
And while we hope you enjoy Noxus, don't worry. We're taking you somewhere very different for Season 2. But more on that later. Thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Or in the Noxian Reckoning Pits.
See ya.
Bye.
Тегави схеми, тегави схеми. Еми, найс, общо взето бъфове, нърфове, нов герой, някакви различни тематични истории покрай Noxus, скинове, тегави скинове, e-спорт, ми-спорт, не мисля да ходим на e-спорт, арената. Готино, че има арена и като цяло някакви такива отделни модове, освен нормалното, което е, нали, Summoner's Rift и Арама. Хубаво да направят още някакъв постоянен мод, който може да се цъка и става за нещо. Тъй че Гучи. Няма лошо.